So it came out a couple weeks or however many days ago that Obama was planning to pretty much make it so where illegal immigrants, students could get work permits. This would allow them to actually work. And while they were going to school, and I was reading the news, and it kind of shocked me when I was reading the news online, especially on USA Today with a bunch of articles on there. It shocked me a lot because I thought that from the time, it was about from the time that people, the people that made it so that black people could become legal citizens, I thought that the United States had changed a lot, but obviously not. Um, First of all, just because they say illegal immigrants does not mean just Hispanic. Because illegal immigrants could also mean Asian, German, African, whatever, and all these other races out here, illegal immigrants don't just deal with being Hispanic and Mexican. Because a lot of people forget Mexican people are not the only race that exists. But back on topic, it shocked me a lot because a lot of people said a lot of things. Some people even said very derogatory things about Latinos, since I guess this is what everybody's focused on. Um, Saying that, oh, these people don't deserve to be here, and um, you know these kids, they shouldn't get rewarded because their parents came over here and brought them over here illegally. Well, you know that's not their fault. They were kids, and they had no say in the matter whether they wanted to come over here or not. So let's just get that out of the way. Second of all, like Obama said, these people are pretty much American, and they work. They work their asses off to provide for their family, and they're pretty much American in their heart. Another thing is, let's not forget all these people, all you people that might be watching this video, they're saying, oh, we need to get these people out of our country, they don't need to be here. Let's not forget, this is not even really your country. You happen to be born here, yeah, but it's not your country. Why? Because your ancestors, who brought my ancestors over here, came over here without permission. Yeah, there were no laws back then, but they invaded somebody else's space, and they took over somebody else's space. So stop acting like these people that come over here, these illegal immigrants, is doing something just horrific. This, people are getting upset. There was one comment on USA Today saying that they don't want these badass, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but they were saying they don't want these badass troublemakers coming over here. When Obama's plan specifically says that this is pretty much a 2-year permit that you can get, which can be renewed over, if you plan on going to school further. But the plan, it's a 2-year permit. You can't have any kind of criminal history, which means, if you don't have any criminal history, you pretty much probably aren't a bad kid. And for kids that have a high school diploma or GED, and if they are doing all this and they're planning to go to college, how are they any different from us? My boyfriend is Hispanic. He's an illegal immigrant. He's Mexican, and he wants to be a doctor. We've been dating for 2 years. For those of you that are going to be like, oh, he's just with you so that he can get his papers and all that. No. from the time I've known this kid, he's been a go-getter. He's had stuff in middle school, from doing jobs like painting and cutting yards for people and all that stuff. He has had, laptop, cell phone in middle school that he paid for himself that I didn't even have. He was and still is more hardworking than I am. And for him, him going through to school, straight A's, sometimes B's, but straight A's. And now he wants to be a doctor. But people act like illegal immigrants don't want anything to do in life, and that's just sad. I completely agree with Obama. I didn't vote for him the first time just because he was black. In fact, I was underage, so I was not allowed to vote then. But I agree with his plan to do this to help these kids, because the kids that want it, they deserve it. They're, like I said earlier, they are just as American as we are. And if anybody feels like, oh, they need to go back to where they came from, well, you need to go back to where you came from, because, like I said earlier, your ancestors came over here and took somebody else's land. And that's the same thing pretty much what they're doing. They're not taking our land, but they're coming over here joining us to work, to build families, to build better lives for themselves. So if that's how you feel about them, then you go back to where you came from, because you're not originally from here, technically. And the question that any of you can answer, if you would like to, is if the United States of America was in as much turmoil as these other places, and you didn't feel like, and these places were pretty much doing better than we were, or better than we are, and this is technically speaking, if the U.S. was doing horrible and these countries were doing all these kind of programs to say, oh, we're helping these people on all this stuff, but you didn't really feel like you were getting help, would you not come over here yourself or go over to that other country yourself to provide a better life for your family? Because that's all these people are doing. So if you would like to answer that question, any video responses are welcome. This is Elise Too Cute, a.k.a. Brianna Mitchell, and I'm gone. You guys have a nice day. Bye.